Hattie Fogarty. You've seen her, you've probably heard her, you may even know her. If you know Hattie, then you know that she is a force to be reckoned with. On the soccer field, in the classroom, it doesn't matter. If Hattie is there, you will know it. Now yes, Hattie is a loud and electric presence wherever she is, but she is also a passionate, smart, and hard-working student. She is creative, stylish, kind, and hilarious. Not to mention, she is a former songwriter and poet, her most famous work being the Martha Kay song composed by Hattie in the 5th grade. Hattie is many things, but to me, she is a loyal and longtime best friend. Our special redhead bond has brought us incredibly close throughout the years, and I would not trade any second of the time that we have spent together, except for the time that she beat me up. All aggression aside, Hattie is the girl that you want to know. She will light up your world, so prepare yourselves for the wise, the beautiful, the one, and I'm pretty sure the only, Hattie Fogarty. In a perfect world, Cam Clayton, my 6th grade crush, would have loved me back. However, despite my best efforts to woo him with my sparkly Converse and mad kickball skills, he never felt the same as I did. In the wake of my first heartbreak, I found myself questioning the nature of the world and what it meant for me to invest myself into it. If I gave love and I wasn't loved back, was it worth it? Some people tend to believe that the universe owes them nothing, and that just because we put love into the world, we cannot expect any back. Some other people might even believe that the world is working completely against them, and therefore don't invest any love at all. If I had chosen to adopt either of these outlooks, I could have easily believed that it didn't matter how I felt, or that I was doomed never to be loved by anyone. However, something inside of me wouldn't let me believe in such pessimism. I couldn't believe that the love I invested was meaningless and had no effects. Yes, Cam Clayton didn't reciprocate my love, but I realized that he didn't have to in order for me to feel fulfilled. As I look back on this experience, I see now that the love I put in was given back to me in ways that I failed to notice at the time. Miss House gave me the love back when she took detours past his house, even when we were running late for soccer games. 6th grade dances gave me the love back through the excitement that came with slow dancing. The world gave me the love back through the exhilaration that came with Gmail chatting a crush for the first time. My love was not in vain, because even just having a crush can be enough to make life seem more exciting. Investing my love was 100% worth it in hindsight, even if Cam and I didn't live happily ever after. While 6th grade crushes can be full of folly, the case of Cam Clayton surprisingly taught me a lot about how I see the nature of the world, at least at this point in my life. I truly believe that if I invest passion, love, and goodness into the universe will give it back to me, just sometimes not in the form I'm expecting. The term I'm about to use is one I made up and one I promised myself I wouldn't include in the speech because even saying it makes me cringe, but I couldn't think of a better way to explain my theory. So here it is, the law of conservation of love. It's similar in principle to the law of conservation of mass, in which the amount of mass put into an equation is equal to the amount that comes out. The mass that is put in may be transferred or take on different forms, but is always of the same quantity. I choose to believe the world works in a similar way. When I see the world through a lens of positivity and try my best to put good into it, I find I'm given the positivity and goodness back. Sometimes I just have to look a little closer to recognize its new form. Just because I think that if I invest goodness into the world will give it back to me, I am in no way a constant fountain of joy and love. If you've ever tried to talk to me at 6:30 a.m., played against me in a lacrosse game, or tried to change the plans that I so perfectly organized, you know I am capable of acting in a way quite opposite of the loving positivity I have just claimed to live by. This being said, I am capable of being both good and bad. The same goes for the world. The world can be both good and bad right back to me. But if I try my best to look at the world as an ultimately good place, despite all the bad that goes on, then maybe the world will try to do the same for me. I don't know when or how I adopted this perspective on life, but at some point I understood that in order to feel genuinely loved by people in the world around me, I had to give genuine love to them. While I find it easiest to invest my love into those people that I know will give it back to me, like my family, friends, and teachers, I must also try to invest love when it seems difficult and fruitless. Because even if those people don't give you their love back, even if your crush doesn't feel the same, the world will give you that love back in some way, shape, or form. Even when it's hard, I urge you to at least try to love life, and I guarantee that life will try to love you back. Put all your love out into the world, and if it seems like nothing is given back to you, keep loving and look a little harder. Thank you.